So, the original Resident Evil from 1996 is just re-released on GOG. This is another store on the PC, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, why is it not on console? Trust me, I'm with you, because at least on console it would have trophy support, achievement support, hell, it would have those sort of things on Steam. I'll take what I can get. This makes Resident Evil extremely, extremely easily accessible on modern hardware. You don't need to mod it to make it work. You don't need to do some accessibility bollocks. It just works. You buy it, you play it. It's that simple. Is it the best way to play Resident Evil 1? You know what? It's a very good version to play of Resident Evil 1. From my understanding, this is the original PC release that's just been updated a little bit and put out there. There's nothing been done to it. There is no options in this game. What I'm trying to tell you is this is a basic bitch. There is nothing here. There's no resolution options, no frame rate options. You can skip doors, however, which means you can beat this game so fast. It reminds me of the DS version, where you just skip the doors and you were flying through it. Plus, it's great to have a version that I can play so easily that is 60 hertz, not the 50 hertz garbage that I'm used to. Live in the UK, we got the version where it feels like you're running in slow motion. So seeing Resident Evil running at its true speed is always confusing to me, but I get used to it. And that being said, there's a few differences here and there with textures and sound. Like, for example, when you kill a zombie in Resident Evil, the way to know that it's dead is it's dropped on the floor, a puddle of blood comes out of it. That texture on the blood is completely different from the PlayStation version. It's very transparent, you can see right through it. It's just different. Sound effects, there's a lot of different sound effects here that just seem, they're not bad, don't get me wrong, but they're just different from the PlayStation version. And it's a very, how do I put this? Boring port of the game. Like when you play Resident Evil on the PlayStation, that's the original way to play it. When you play it on the Sega Saturn or the Nintendo DS, it's a completely different version. It looks different. It plays the same, but the DS one doesn't play the same. That's got a lot of changes to it. But the Sega Saturn one, it looks a lot different. It's got a few changes here and there. It's a very interesting port. With this PC version, it's borderline the same experience as the original PlayStation release. This isn't a director's cut. This is what you're getting here. It's the exact same game. It looks crispier. The sound's a little bit different. I don't know if it's just better quality sound effects or something, and I'm just not used to it. But just things don't sound the same. If you've played the original enough, you'll know some textures are different here and there. Nothing's been done to update the backgrounds. All the backgrounds are extremely pixelated. But I mean, I'll take what I can get. There'll be ways to mod this, but if you can't be arsed modding it and you just want to play Resident Evil, it's there, right? You can't really complain. That's the thing with this port. I want to sit here and go, this is a lazy version of the game. They could have done something here. They could have done something to update it. But at the end of the day, Resident Evil 1 is sitting in an awkward position where Capcom doesn't seem to give a shit that it exists, because we've got the remake. This is what happens. Games get remade, the original gets forgotten, and that's the bit that I don't like about remakes. I love the remakes, but the remakes kill the originals. It's just a fact with Capcom. They're really odd with this. Obviously, Resident Evil 2 and 3 are not available yet. It is just that first game. If you beat the game super fast, I don't know how fast you've got to beat it. I did it in a minute 50, Jesus Christ. 1 hour, 50 minutes. I posted the picture in the community tab. You can see the time that I got. I did Chris's run. I always pick Chris. I know a lot of people go straight to Jill. Nah, Chris Redfield run for me. I love the cheesy voice acting from Chris in this one. I really do. His interactions with Rebecca always crack me up. As much as I like Barry Burton, there's just something about the line delivery with Chris and Rebecca. It's just hilarious. I love it. Plus, I don't really care about the bazooka that Jill gets. But if you beat it really fast, like I was saying, you get a machine gun. Now, this is an exclusive thing with the PC version. This is why it's the PC version you've got here. It at least gives you something to work towards that isn't in any other version. With Chris, it's a light machine gun. I haven't done it with Jill yet, but Jill gets an Uzi. It's just a machine gun with infinite ammo. The game doesn't even tell you you've got it. You beat the game. It tells you you've got the key to the closet, and you're like, hang on, shouldn't I get the machine gun? I did it quick enough. And then you go into the game and it's there. So I'm guessing it's just something that added in last minute for the PC version. And it's in this version, so beat the game in under 3 hours or 4 hours or whatever the hell it wants you to do. It doesn't matter about your saves, I don't think, because I saved it like 5 times. Because Resident Evil 1, the original, is a ball ache with insta-kills, and you're better off just saving it just so you just don't die every 5 seconds and have to repeat huge chunks of the game. But yeah, you do it quick enough, you get that machine gun with infinite ammo, you just destroy everything. But yeah, it's great to have, as much as I would like it to be on console, and hopefully in the future we will get it on console. Yes, it's a basic, lazy port, but I'm grateful that it exists. It was only £9. I'll buy 2 and 3 when they become available. You can buy, I think it's 21 for like the trilogy, so I don't know how much they're going to charge for 2 and 3. But when they come out, I'll buy them too. Even if they're basic ports, I really don't care. For easy accessibility, no emulation, they're just on your desktop, you click, you play, controllers work. I will say, however, I don't know what happened, but basically I opened, because I was looking for options, there's no options in this game at all, right? So I was pressing buttons to find the options, and I brought up the key binding screen. And it's exclusive to the PC port, so it brings up like your character portrait, and it's telling you what buttons do what. I don't know what I pressed, but I could never get the buttons to register to go back to the way they were. So I had to uninstall the game, delete my save data, just in case it's saved, because obviously I was only like 7 minutes into the run when I did this. Restarted it, reinstalled, restarted it, and everything was back to normal. I never pressed that button ever again. I didn't want to touch it. Everything just works on controller out the box. Do not touch that key binding screen, because I don't know what happened, but every button just reversed on the controller. I could get the keyboard to work, but my controller was just like, no, you're not playing it with a controller now because you pressed the button. God knows what happened there. Just if you suffer the same fate as I did and you can't figure it out, uninstall it, reinstall it, problem solved. But yeah, basic, lazy port of Resident Evil 1. But I'm grateful. It's great to play. I had no issues playing it from start to finish with Chris. There's no bugs, no nothing. It's great. It just fucking works. Anyway, that's all I got, people. Are you planning on picking up this port of Resident Evil 1, or you're just going to wait and pray that eventually it ends up on console? I know on PlayStation you can play the Director's Cut for the backwards compatible PS1 classic stuff, but at the end of the day, that version's horrendous. It's a PAL version of Director's Cut, so it's running super slow. We need like this version on PlayStation. I can do without the Director's Cut content. Just make sure it runs at full speed. Same game, you know, all the soundtrack's great. This is a really decent port of Resident Evil, and if I'm going to fire up Resident Evil now, I'm just going to play it on the PC. It's on my big screen, it's already there, hook the controller, it works. It just works, and that's all that matters, right? Alright, people, that's all I got. If you're new here, subscribe. But yeah, I'll catch you later.
Really, thank you.
You'd do the same for me, wouldn't you?
I guarantee it.